What's up, everyone? Sharky back once again. Something a little different today. So, recently, as a lot of you would know, as JoJo collectors, there was an announcement that the line is kind of going to be a little bit sort of delayed in the coming year ahead. As a result of that, and a result of the fact that here in Australia at the moment, we haven't been getting much Joe product at all. We're still waiting on like the Iron Grenadiers and a couple of others, Storm Shadow, the recent wave. So it's been a bit dry, and so with the drought in mind, I was like, well, you know, I like to buy toys and I like to keep myself entertained. And I was like, you know, what can I sort of delve into? And I recently got that Punisher Bushwhacker Marvel Legends 2-pack, which you would have seen reviewed on the channel if you've been around these parts for some time. And it kind of like lit a bit of a fire under me because that's such a great pack. I really dug it. And I was like, oh, you know, let me have a little sort of look into like the Marvel Legends line, because it's something that I've only ever had a casual sort of dalliance with ever since it first began. So 2 weeks later, after doing a bit of research and buying a few things and whatnot, decided I might as well do a video. So let's get into it. So basically, I guess we should probably start at the start. You know, when the Marvel Legends line came out, 20-something years ago, you know, I was collecting figures, but not like hardcore like I am now. It sort of, you know, dropped off a little bit, but I was always collecting comics. I've always been a Marvel fan ever since I was a kid. And not just Joe, of course, but like, you know, Avengers and the Punisher. Big influence on me as a collector and as a fan of the Marvel property. And, you know, Spider-Man and Captain America, other favorites of mine. But, you know, I sold off a lot of my comics in my teenage years, and then in my early 20s, I bought a lot of them back. So you can't see them, but where I'm filming from actually is where all my comics are located in like long boxes. I'm actually using one of them as a microphone stand. Yeah, so I've always had a love affair with Marvel, and, you know, it was kind of like, I guess, natural progression that I was going to buy the toys. So the first one I ever bought was this Iron Man one. And he's looking a bit dusty because he's been on the shelf on display for some time now. And, you know, he still stands up okay. He's been in this pose for ages. And the only problem is I lost his mask somewhere along the way when I moved house, unfortunately. And I've never been able to find that part online ever since. He's a little wobbly in the torso, but I've always just dug Iron Man, and, you know, this was just, you know, something that I dug when it came out, so I bought it. And then, you know, from there, it was, okay, well, let's see what else there was. And then there was a Punisher one that I really liked that came out. And again, this is another Toy Biz one, and I'm just making sure he doesn't fall off this display stand. And it was this one here. And again, I've had this for about 20 odd years. He just sits on a bookshelf, which is filled with like Marvel books, graphic novels, and pop vinyls. A lot of pop vinyls. One might say I probably should have bought more Marvel Legends than pop vinyls, but I got sucked in. What can I say? A lot, and funnily enough, all those ones that you can't see off camera, they're all Marvel pops, pretty much. So yeah, enough about those. So I got this one. and you know, I've always been fond of it. And then I also have the Thomas Jane one, and it's not that great, but you know, it's still the Punisher, and it's got that cool skull stand, and it's looking pretty dusty at the moment. You know, cloth goods jacket. The weapons are a little bit, yeah, they're okay, but yeah. So I've still got that one. So those are my first 3 Legends. And then after that, there was a massive drop off. I didn't buy any. I eventually come across this guy. Bullseye, another fan favorite of mine. And yeah, great figure. I can't remember what year he came out. I still have the box actually. Somewhere down here. I don't know where it is, but it's somewhere down there. And so, yeah, this was just one of those figures that I wanted to have. I don't even have Daredevil, but I've got Bullseye, and I'm glad that I bought it because it fits well with where this topic's going. So I got him, and then much later after that, I got, where is she? Domino. You know, this was another pretty cool character that I liked. I'm not a massive mutant sort of side of things in my Marvel fandom, but yeah, I always liked Domino. And she was pretty sort of, you know, pretty sort of cute sort of character. And this is the only one I ever bought from this wave, and I've never opened it. And the builder figure for this was Sasquatch, which I have no desire to get. So yeah, I've got a spare builder figure piece for that, and have had for quite some time. And then the drop-off continued, and I probably didn't buy another Marvel Legends figure until I bought this 2-pack. And this came out, oh man, when did this come out? Let's have a look. A couple of years ago now, but not like that long. I want to say 2020 maybe? I can't see. Let me turn the light on here, might make my life a bit easier. Oh my god, the print here is so small, my eyesight. It's all in like, it's really like light blue print. But 80 years of Marvel was a celebration, and the main reason I bought this, although I am a fan of Deadpool, I wanted it for the Hitmonkey figure. I have an affinity for our simian friends, especially when it comes to, you know, IPs, Planet of the Apes, King Kong, things like that. It's just a thing. I don't know why. I don't collect that sort of stuff, but Hitmonkey, if you've never read the Hitmonkey stuff, it's pretty good. It's worth reading. And yeah, him being aligned with Deadpool, this was an instant purchase in my mind, and I'm yet to open it. So that was another set. So if we're doing a current count, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Marvel Legends figures. And then the drop-off continued for some time, and then I bought these. You'll probably think I'm an idiot when I say why I bought these, but I bought the 2 Kang figures from the MCU. This was when Jonathan Majors was ousted, and I thought, look, you know, they might end up deleting these, so having them was not a bad idea. The Kang looks pretty cool, although I'm not a massive MCU figure fan. But having a Jonathan Majors head sculpt was also another reason why I bought it, because I thought if I was going to do maybe a kit bash or something, I've got that. But I've never opened these, so yeah, they were just a bit of a spontaneous purchase. I also purchased, as I just dig Marvel Legends figures out of everywhere, this Hawkeye. And the reason why I bought this was I was going to use the Jeremy Renner head for my Tripwire classified figure to do like a Hurt Locker kit bash. But this one didn't work that well, so I kind of scrapped that idea. It comes with a Build-A-Figure Infinity Ultron piece, which is funny because I would go on to buy this Moon Knight figure, which is also from the same wave, and this Moon Knight figure, which is also from the same wave, not because I wanted to make the Ultron figure, but because I like Moon Knight. He's probably one of my other favorite Marvel characters, And in terms of the TV show, these are nice looking figures. And I haven't opened them once again, but yeah, that adds to the growing collection that I casually had formed over a span of 20 years. Then I went to Japan earlier this year, and if you saw my video about Japan, the stuff I bought there, you would have seen this Blade figure. I had to have this, it's Blade. I also wanted to sort of get this just for when the Monster Force stuff came along, which my order finally arrived yesterday. And yeah, so I wanted this. It's cool, and this will be getting opened soon, so I'll add that to the pile. And then I also got this Deadpool figure. It's one of the best looking Deadpool figures I think that they've brought out. Again, I like Deadpool, and it was a must-have. Now, while you're here, if you're new to the channel and you're watching this for the first time, a subscribe would be amazing. Even just hit the like button. Feel free to share it. Drop something in the comments. Whatever. And if you're not new to the channel and you're watching this and going, Adam, what is going on here? This is not G.I. Joe content. Well, I'm mixing things up, folks. So yeah, thanks for watching. Anyway, so one last thing I did buy. I haven't opened it, but I've opened the mailer, but I haven't opened the actual. And it was this set. And I strictly bought this because I wanted the Phantom X figure. The Psylocke is nice, and Nimrod is meh, whatever, I don't care for that character. But I only wanted it for that, and that's the sole reason I bought it. It was on sale, and that's why I have the box set. And once again, you get to open it. So, this is the point where I do a final tally, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 Marvel Legends figures in 20-something years. Alright, so none of that was calculated really. It was just all off the cuff. Some spur of the moment, spontaneous purchases. Some just born out of like, oh, that looks cool. I really would like that. And here we are. Which brings me to the last 2 weeks. Now, Adam might have gone a little bit silly, some might say. But let me just say this has been a very measured exercise. And I decided that when I was going to do this that I would have to set boundaries for myself. Otherwise, you know, these things can get out of control. And space, of course, is a huge issue. Like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 detail cabinets over there. And although there is space in some of them, a lot of them are filled with classified figures. You know, if you're going to embark on such a thing, you've got to really sort of, you know, be mindful. You're not just buying stuff for the sake of buying it. And, you know, I've decided that having some rules in place was important. So, after doing my research and talking to a few people, I was thinking, well, I don't want to buy MCU stuff because a lot of it I just don't like. And a lot of the films in recent years I haven't liked. And I was like, I want to buy stuff that I'm not going to regret later on and that, you know, I guess means something to me. So I thought back to my childhood and the comic books that, you know, I really gravitated towards. So that was Iron Man, that was the Avengers, it was Captain America, it was West Coast Avengers, it was the Punisher. And, you know, I thought, well, villains is a nice way of looking at it. Because, you know, you could have every iteration of Captain America and every Iron Man figure and all the suits. But for me, for instance, my favorite Iron Man suit is the Silver Centurion suit. So that's one that I want. I don't need to have stealth armor Iron Man or Hulkbuster Iron Man. You know, things like that. Like, if they don't interest me, I'm not buying it. And in terms of villains, I wanted villains that, you know, I always kind of thought were cool or were in teams in books that I read. So, this pile here is the stuff that I've bought in the last 2 weeks. So, I've opened some of it I haven't. So, we'll start with this box which has got some loose figures sitting in it. And I'm just going to pick off whatever's on top and just go from there. So first figure is Tiger Shark. You know I like sharks. I guess it's kind of appropriate that, you know, I have a figure that is shark related. No, this is a character that I always liked as a kid. It's a cool looking figure, and it's an older Marvel Legends figure. You know, no accessories really, but look at that face sculpt. Like, he's just nasty looking dude. You know, he's been in, I think, a couple of like alliances. What is it? Can't remember his name. Not the Sinister Six. It's Masters of Evil, I think it is. He was a member of that at one point. And, you know, an Iron Man foe. So he made sense. So that's one figure. Just trying to move stuff here, guys, so make this as easy for myself as possible. Alright. Next cab off the rank is Paladin. He was a cool character that featured, like in Spider-Man, often allied with Silver Sable and Spidey. He's, you know, a bit of a gunslinger. Always loved the name. Always dug his look. Purple, black, like, you know. This figure isn't fantastic, and the guns are a bit janky. But yeah, like, gunslinging superhero / wise ass. Like, cool character. I got this from AFI. I think it was $15. So that's Paladin. Next up, King Cobra. Serpent Society. Big fan, you know, from the Cap books, the Mark Grunwald run. 100 and something, 185 issues I think he did on Cap. These guys feature prominently. This figure's nice, like, it looks nice. The cape's a bit meh, but he looks good. I bought this from Lobo's nearby. I think it was like $27. I might have overpaid a little bit for it. I probably could have got a bit cheaper, but let's just say I saw it and I was like, yes, gotta buy it. But yeah, as head of the Serpent Society, this is a sub-team that I want to complete. So I was like, just got to start somewhere. So I grabbed him. Next up, continuing that trend, it is Rock Python. He's got a little bit of a wobble in the torso here, and you know, he doesn't come with anything, but like, you know, he's a member of Serpent Society. Again, it was a case of, yep, got to get him, may as well get him now. I think I actually bought him the same day I bought King Cobra. It might have even been the same price. So yeah, that's him. Done. Then, next up, this Moon Knight figure. I bought this from a collector's fair. That's my dog. One of my dogs barking if you can hear her. It was $15 and he is complete. He's got all his gear. I'm not a massive fan of this look of Moon Knight, like the all black and stuff, but I mean, you know, it's Moon Knight. So for $15 and complete with all the accessories, I couldn't leave the fair empty-handed. So yeah, that was one of my purchases from there. That brings our total to 5 figures in the last 2 weeks. Alright, so this guy arrived a day or so ago. Come on, like, come on. It's stilt, man. This is ludicrous. Now, it's got his feet, by the way, they're just not attached, and he's got the gun in the suitcase with the money in it. This is awesome, because you can get the stilts from other Stiltmen releases and bang him on there and build him up. The Punisher killed this guy in one of the books, and don't care. I had to get him because I enjoy the idiotic, ludicrous, oddball characters when it comes to the villains, and it doesn't really get a lot more oddball than this guy. So RIP to Stiltman. but happy to have him in the collection. Now, this is a movie version, I believe, of, or might have even been the What If version of the Red Skull. This was like sitting in a builder box from a while ago, again from AFI. I think I got him for $12. It's pretty cool, and I did buy this in mind to have Dr. Mindbender put his head on there. But you know what? This is going to look pretty good with Monster Force figures too, I dare say. Especially those, oh, where are they? These guys. I think I've got one here somewhere. No, that's not him. Sleepwalker, I believe. That's not the one. This one. Yeah. These guys. So yeah, probably should have bought more than one of these. But that can be rectified. But we're not here for Monster Force, we're here for Marvel. So that's the Red Skull. I'll just get that out of the way. Alright. Next up, Madam Hydra, or Viper as she's known. This is, well, look, it's not an amazing looking figure by any stretch. But, you know, as one of the head honchos in Hydra, and, you know, a cat villain, it was a can't miss. I had to get her. I bought her from Pop Culture, excuse me, and yeah, I haven't opened it yet. You're noticing a trend here. I promise you, these will be opened. I might even open some on camera, we'll see, but yeah, I got her. And I also got this from Pop Culture, from the same wave actually. It's got the controller, Build-A-Figure piece. Actually, two pieces, a hand and an arm with a hand. So yeah, had to get the US agent. I think this is probably the best one that they've released from what I've seen. I could be wrong. Wanted this one for some time, so I was very happy to get that. And I got the Vision. This box is pretty dinged up to some respect. It was on clearance at EB Games. There's an Australian price tag for our American and international viewers. That's what it would normally have cost. So I got it for half price, so $22.50, which is cheap here in Australia. Classic Vision. Couldn't give a stuff about the Void Build-A-Figure. So when I open this, that piece will be going to be traded for another Build-A-Figure piece. That's the Vision. And this guy. Really, really wanted Crossbones for quite some time. Had never been able to obtain him. So I saw him on the Pop Culture website when I bought the Viper and the US Agent figure. I was like, thank you, I'll be taking that. And the Build-A-Figure for this was the Crimson Dynamo, which I'm kind of considering building, because in this wave also is the Winter Soldier and Spy Master and Taskmaster, Black Widow and Yelena and the Red Guardian. Kind of wouldn't mind all of those. So if I can get some of them boxed and relatively cheap, it might be worth it. Or I might just try and source the parts. It's pretty cool. I mean, another Cap villain, and Mark Grunwald created him. Must have. Next up, oh, what else we got here? Oddballs. And yes, it's Egghead. I bought him from a place called JB Hi-Fi, which is actually like, they're a chain here in Australia. They sell records and hi-fi equipment and appliances and phones and computers. They also sell figures and little curiosities and stuff. And I got this pretty cheap, I think. It says $33.50, but I think I got it for less than that. It was on, I think it was reduced. Yeah, it's Egghead. I got to have Egghead. Yep, there's another one. Masters of Evil as well. So yeah, that's why I also got him. Moonstone. It's not the classic Moonstone, which I would have preferred because they haven't actually done that as far as I know. But this is Thunderbolt's Moonstone. And again, this was cheap. This was 18 bucks. All she comes with is an extra set of hands and no Build-A-Figure part. So yeah, whatevs. I like the Thunderbolts. I figured, why not? Will I regret that purchase down the track? Maybe. Who knows? This purchase though, I will not. And it is another Moon Knight figure. This is pretty much the West Coast Avengers version of Moon Knight. It's classic Moon Knight. Had to have it. Again, could not give a stuff about the Blackheart Build-A-Figure. But the entire wave, really. There's no one really, maybe Brother Voodoo, who I kind of dig, but rest of it, Dracula. I don't need Dracula because I got Dracula in Monster Force. I like that Dracula better. But yeah, you know, it's Moon Knight. Had to have it. Sold. Alrighty, something a little different. Rhodey, War Machine. Another West Coast Avengers alumni. This is pretty damn close to that version. Probably the best one. It doesn't have a Rhodey head, of course, but that's okay. $40, that's what I paid for this. Probably a bit expensive, but you know, nostalgia, huh? That's what we're paying for. This will be getting open soon. And fun fact, I have a War Machine tattoo on my leg. It was one of my early tattoos, which I got around about 20-something years ago. And continuing on with the trend of the West Coast Avengers, we have the Vision. I'm not a massive fan of the Vision. You know, I've got two figures here, but I've always dug his look. And it's probably because of reading this comic. He's all white, you know, like, it's pretty cool. This was $5. How could I pass that up for $5? Especially when I'm trying to build West Coast Avengers team. Bargain. We love a bargain. And I got his partner. Good old Scarlet Witch. Classic look. West Coast Avengers look. You know, who doesn't love a little bit of heartbreak and horror? You get like the cool like razzle dazzle effects that she does with her hands, weaving some magic. This was not $5 though. This cost me $40. What are you gonna do, huh? I got this. I had an Amazon voucher for $50 to use. This was like, I think 100, so I had to spend 50 of my own money, and it come from the UK in 4 days. How good is that? 4 days from the UK to Australia. Unlike my Monster Force stuff, which took 21 days from the US to Australia. Thank you, FedEx. Taskmaster, Iron Patriot, and Victor. Pretty bloody good pack, eh? Like, 3 ultimate badasses. That's probably the best Taskmaster. I don't know if it's the best Doom. I don't have any other ones to compare it to, but it looks pretty bloody nice. I think it's got a cloth goods cape as well. And yeah, Iron Patriot. Like, very cool. Very, very cool. Big fan of this. I kind of don't want to open it, but I really want to open it. One of those dilemmas, you know? Alright, another loose figure. Look at this guy. He's got swords for hands. It's Whirlwind. He's, again, another one of the older Legends figures. He's a little bit wobbly in the torso, but look at him. Look at him. He's a Masters of Evil alumni as well. I had to have this. This is, you know, like a classic Marvel character where, you know, they drew them in a certain way, and, you know, like, I guess he's sort of reminiscent of the, what's his name? Of Juggernaut, I guess, in some respects. But yeah, cool figure. Wanted him, got him. What else is up here? This is a parcel that arrived today. I might as well open it real quick. Let's see this. This ties in actually to something I was saying just before. We'll get to that in a minute. A few odd bits and pieces here, so we're just going to have to make sure there's nothing else in there. Alright. So, oddballs. It is Frogman. Look at this guy. He's a man and he's a frog. This is just great. I love this. It's just completely dumb. Oh, it's fantastic. It's actually a nice figure. Look, he's even got like little springs, I think, in his feet. Come on, guys. Don't judge me. I have to have the Frogman. Frogman. No. So yeah, that's Frogman. In this same, and he also comes with the Puff Adder Build-A-Figure part, which I also am wanting to put together for my Serpent Society sub-team. So yes, that was a must-have. And speaking of Build-A-Figures, I've got this big galoof. I'm just going to put it together a little bit on camera. And that is, I want to say 3/4 of armadillo. So I'm missing the left leg and the head. So yeah, I'm trying to source those. If anyone has a spare one and they don't want it, and they'd like to maybe do a trade or just help a brother out, then I might know a guy. So yeah, that's armadillo. Pop him up there. He's nice and safe. An extra set of legs for good old Stilty. Now let's see how these go on, if they go on easily enough. I don't know how well they're going to fit here, but we'll soon find out. Because I was told that you could just attach them, but it doesn't want to go in there. I'm not going to force that. I feel like that should thread in there, but okay, should I try the other one? So that one doesn't want to go in. Okay. Don't know what's going on there, but I have an extra set of legs. So, yeah. I might have to look that up after the fact. Alright. Shocker. Another figure. And it's Shocker. Sinister 6. Had to have it. Building the sub-team. $29 from Lobos. Thank you, Dennis and Tim, who worked there. The same day I got him, I got also, where is it? Ugh, I can't find it. Oh, here it is, right in front of me. Hobgoblin. He too was $29. These will be opened up, as much as I don't want to open them because they look so nice on the retro cards. It's a dilemma, it's a dilemma. And then I proceeded to go and get Tarantula. And he was half price, so he was $22.50. That was from EB. Thought that was a bargain. Love it. These, you know, I didn't really pay any attention to these when they came out, but after seeing them in person, I was like, yeah, these are shit hot. So I'm glad that I decided to go down this rabbit hole. And I found this online from a local department store. I had a voucher to use, another voucher, and it was from a store called Meijer, which I guess is somewhat like America's Macy's, I guess, or or Sears, I guess, in a way. And yeah, this was $60 Australian. He's pretty bloody cool, man. You've got to have at least one Venom figure, and this one is pretty tip top. So yeah. And rounding out proceedings is Tombstone. Again, I got him for half price. He was $22.50. Classic Spidey villain, and has had run-ins with the Punisher from memory. So yeah, had to have him. So that is my haul in the span of 2 weeks. So in summary, Adam's done very well, and in those 2 weeks I have obtained 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 Marvel Legends figures in 2 weeks. I guess I'm a Marvel Legends collector now, guys. So, you know, you combine that with the ones I bought in the span of, you know, 2+ decades, and here we are. I should also say, I found this random Spider-Man at some point as well. And I didn't want to include him because I wasn't sure if he's a Legends figure. I don't think he is. I think he might have been released to coincide with one of the movies. So if anyone can ID this guy, because I've never Googled him up, and there's so many Spider-Man figures, I wouldn't even know where to start. But yeah, if you can ID this guy, I don't have anything to give you, but yeah, if you can ID this guy, awesome. But yeah, he's just sat on my bookshelf next to the Punisher for the longest time. And yeah, that's it, guys. I'm just going to wrap it up there. Thank you for watching, and you can definitely expect more Marvel Legends content on this channel. I will be picking and choosing, obviously, according to the rules that I stated earlier, and I will not be going overboard, although some might say I've already gone overboard. And yeah, if you dug the video, please hit the like button, and if you found this if you found this content for the first time and you enjoyed it, then please feel free to hit subscribe. Got to be plenty more Marvel stuff on the horizon, because occasionally, you know, here in Australia, just like with the classified line, we do get Legends drops before other parts of the world. So that's something I will be keeping a closer eye on. In the past, I didn't bother. That's it, guys. Have yourself an awesome day. Make mine Marvel, make yours Marvel. Excelsior, and all that jazz. Peace out.